And we're joined by the Federal Agriculture Minister, Lawrence MacAulay, and the local MP, Stephen Fuhr. Minister MacAulay, you had a tour of the Sunrype plant here in Kelowna. Why did you choose here?
Well, of course, it's a big operation. Started in 1946. It employs hundreds of people. It uses apples from the area. A large percentage of the product comes from here. They process 45 million ton of apples every year, and that's a big deal. Creates a lot of employment. This is the type of thing that Steve and I feel needs to be supported, and we need to have a look at the operation, and that's why I'm here.
What are growers asking of you?
Well, basically, I meet growers all the time. Today we actually met some growers, mostly representatives of organizations. But they understand fully that there's going to be, we're going to export $75 billion worth of agricultural products and agri-food products by 2025. They understand that we are going to have to produce more on the same amount of land. They understand innovation like the research station in Sydney yesterday. They're very pleased about that $80 million investment because they know when plants come in, this will make sure that they're able to be in quarantine but out much quicker and producing a crop for export. That's the kind of thing that we want. They understand fully that we have to stay on the cutting edge.
Okay, your visit comes on the heels of Andrew Scheer, who was in town, and I think you had some thoughts, and so did your colleague Stephen Fuhr. Any thoughts on Andrew Scheer visiting your riding?
Well, actually, it's not on the heels. They're actually here simultaneously. I think Andrew's down at the Chamber of Commerce right now. I mean, it was no secret that this was a pretty big political upset in 2015, and we've talked about that too on your show not too long ago. And this is an important region of the country. There's a ton of things going on in this region, and they want it back. And I think that this is just the beginning of a long list of Conservative MPs that you're going to see parading through the Okanagan to see if they can get the seat back. But my feeling is that this community has not only grown dramatically, it's changed dramatically. So I actually think that we can win more seats here.
Really going in, it seems probably easier than it did last time with the way things are evolving?
No, you know what? I think it'll be equally as hard, if not harder, for different reasons. It's a completely different ballgame.
It's going to be a battleground, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'll be one of the hot spots in the country. Won't be the only one. It'll be one of the big ones, though.
Well, and is that why the federal agriculture minister's here as well?
Well, part of my job as an advocate for the community is to bring decision makers to the Okanagan. I mean, we have a world-class agriculture sector in Kelowna, and a lot of people don't know that. So, I'm thank you, Minister, for coming. And the last time you were here, I think it was a caucus in the summertime, which I also very much appreciated, but we didn't get to see everything that there was to see in that time. And, whether it's Minister MacAulay or other people, I mean, part of my job is to bring federal visibility to this region. It helps me advocate for the region when I go back to Ottawa because the people that I'm talking to have a better understanding of what we do here.
All right.
I think it's fair to say that Stephen understands fully the agricultural sector and how important it is to the economy of the area. And Stephen was a big pusher of yesterday's announcement of the $80 million on that outside of Sydney, in the town in Sydney, Sunrype Research Station. The fact is, Stephen understands fully that without research and innovation, we cannot reach $75 billion of agriculture and agri-food exports. And we also know, the both of us, that the previous Conservative government cut hundreds of millions of dollars out of research and innovation in the agricultural sector. We're putting it back in. We're trying to that announcement yesterday was put in place in order that when plants come in order to grow the product that this very plant here needs and other plants around the area needs, we'll have the plants quicker. They will produce product, create money, bring money into this area of the country quicker. That's why Stephen has me here, and that's why Stephen is pushing the federal government to make sure that we respond to issues here.
It's sounding like the campaign's already begun a little bit here.
No, but that it's absolutely the truth, because quite simply you can, and we're not the only ones we understand fully other countries are doing the same. But if we do not invest in innovation and research, we will not meet our goal. Other countries will take the lead. We want to take the lead. Like we just opened a big market in China with chilled beef and pork.
Do you see
Big
any
deals.
repercussions that are obvious stemming from the U.S. starting to mix it up with China and what's starting to seem like a trade war there? Can we benefit from that in Canada?
Well, what we will benefit is making sure that we handle our own situation appropriately in this country. That is what we are doing. Stephen and I are making sure that we push the export market, that we're in China and Vietnam and other countries around the world in order to make sure where the growing markets are, that where the middle class is expanding and they have money in order to eat as well as you and I did today, we will provide the product. What we want to make sure is that our farmers and ranchers produce the products and have the export market to sell it to, and that's what we are doing, and that's what we will continue to do.
I want to thank both of you guys for your time, and I want to thank you for watching Kelowna Now.